It was the end of an era when Mike O'Brien officially retired from his post as vice president and athletic director at the University of Toledo on April 30th. O'Brien helped shape the UT program into one of the very best in the Mid-American Conference. Since he assumed his post more than 20 years ago, the Rockets have won or shared 40 league titles in 9 different sports. In addition, the Rockets have made 12 bowl appearances in football, 5 NIT appearances in men's basketball, an NCAA tournament appearance in women's basketball in 2017, as well as 9 WNIT appearances, including a WNIT championship crown in 2011. Toledo won the Jacoby Trophy as the Max Top women's athletic program in 2011, 2012, and again in 2017, 2018. Now, Bryan Blair took over as the athletic director on May 1st. Despite being the youngest athletic director in the NCAA FBS at 37, Blair already boasts an impressive resume with stops at the NCAA, Rice, and Washington State. We sat down to talk about what drew him to the Glass City and how he plans to help lift the Rockets to new heights.
A lot of times we see former student athletes go into the coaching aspect of athletics. You chose the administrative path. Why was that?
Yeah, my college coach actually asked me if I wanted to be a GA. I was like, hey, I don't know about this recruiting thing. And then here I am trying to be an AD, and I got a fundraiser, right? So I say it's kind of the same thing. But I saw the ability to work with more sports just in football. I love football. Football changed my life. But I was a 4-sport athlete in high school. I got a chance to do a lot of different sports and experiences the highs and lows of all those different sports. And then so I look at the position of athletic director, and I kind of get to a certain degree, coach the coaches and the staff and allow them to be their best version of themselves. So for me to get to work with a softball program or a tennis program, and certainly a football and basketball, and have some level of impact on that experience, because I know that experience changed my life.
You also mentioned during your press conference that you had one question when you came to campus, and that was, who would you be working for, and did you believe in their vision? You said it was a resounding yes. So what is your vision for the future of Rocket Athletics?
Absolutely, and I get this question a lot, and I hesitate a little bit because I can have the grandest vision in the world. I can have all these thoughts and aspirations for what I want Toledo Athletics to be. It doesn't matter a hill of beans if I'm the only one that has that vision. We need to have a shared vision, and we all need to buy in to what Toledo Athletics can become, and then we need to work together as a group to achieve that vision. And that's not only athletics, that's our campus, that's our university leadership, that's the city of Toledo and everybody in it, all pulling together. I kind of call it Team Toledo. We're all pulling together and we're cheering for each other for all of our success. When you talk about my vision, I want us to be the premier athletic department in the Group of 5. I don't shy away from that Group of 5 moniker. That is some kind of category that gives us our safe sights on kind of who we're competing against. I want to be the best out of that group. It's not enough for me to say, hey, let's aspire to be the best in the MAC. That's certainly part of the process. I want to be the best in the MAC, top to bottom athletic department, each individual team. But then I also want to be best beyond that in all these other conferences, whether it be Mountain West, all the other conferences that compete in the Group of 5. We're not that far away, and I think people don't quite realize that. We've got work to do, don't get me wrong, but we can get there pretty quickly. I've got a sense of urgency. I think as a first-time leader of a department, your hunch is to want to do a whole lot early on. And I've got to do a lot of listening, more so than I do doing. But make no bones about it, I've got a sense of urgency, and I'm excited to get to work here soon.
So then I'll put you on the spot. Do you have a timeline in which you would like to achieve that?
Absolutely. Well, my first timeline is my first 90 days. And that'll start May 2nd. That'll end July 31st. And that'll give me time to listen, to learn, and then we'll transform into leading. But I'm going to sit down with every individual staff member within our department, start with our head coaches and our executive staff. I'll meet with a ton of people on campus. I'll meet with a ton of our supporters and community members, and just listen of, okay, where has Toledo been successful in the past? Where have we maybe struggled? What opportunities do we have? What threats do we have coming down the line? And try to put all that together, because when you think about this place, I'll walk into that first staff meeting on Monday, I'll have the least experience working for Toledo in that room, and I realize that. And so it's really leaning on everybody in there. Okay, what's it like here? What's it like to work here? What are the things that we can do better at? What are you hearing about? And then, okay, how we move those forward. On the back end of that 90 days, you'll have the NCAA Transformation Committee, and they'll come out with their findings or recommendations in August. So we don't have time to sit around and just dream and say, okay, in 10 years, 15 years, we're going to do this. We've got a short timeline that we need to get stuff done. So I'll start with that 90 days, and then from there, we'll start putting together a plan to attack some of these goals.